Just told him to keep sticking with it. Keep being aggressive, and it doesn't have to happen all in the first 5 minutes here. Don't be overly aggressive and risk it all in the first 5 minutes, but continue to do the things you've been doing. Put pucks to the net, drive the net. Eventually, one will go in, and once one goes in, then the floodgates will open for you. So, that's what they went out and did.
So what went into the line changes between periods? Was that just try to get something going, or
yeah,
something
this
else?
week we moving a bunch of people around and tried some different things, and that was the one combination there with Jillian Saulnier and Taylor Woods. We tried early in the week and we liked it, and we thought Taylor was having a good game, and just thought we'd try and switch it up to change the momentum and change the game a little bit.
How about Paula and keeping it within 2-0?
Yeah, I thought she was really good. In particular, when we did get up a goal, I thought late we gave up a couple of real grade A chances for them, and she made some huge saves for us down the stretch.
What did you think of it? You used only 4 players on the defensive line. How well do you think they played tonight?
Good. It's tough when you're going out every second shift, and then we had Sid, who I think got 3 penalties there tonight. So you have to rotate things around a little bit, and but I thought overall, I thought they played pretty hard all over the ice tonight, considering there was only 4 of them, and I expected them to be a little bit more laid back and not maybe be so aggressive in the offensive zone, but I thought they played really well.
Is Cassandra injured?
Yes, she is.
What did you see different from Princeton today than you did last weekend?
I don't think they changed up too much of what they were doing. I mean, they beat us here last weekend, so I didn't expect that they would change a whole lot of what they're doing, but I thought they played hard again there tonight. They capitalized on their power play opportunities, and that's what they did last time they were down here as well. So we've got to do a little bit better job on the penalty kill.
So how about seeing a team 3 times in a week, 7 days, 8 days, whatever it was?
Yeah.
Does it become more difficult the 3rd time than it was the 2nd time?
I mean, I guess it's equal for both teams. We both got a win, a split there now in the last 2. So I think, and the thing now in the league too is you get video from every game that every team plays. So by the end of the year, you've got a pretty good idea of everybody's little tricks. And but who knows? They may throw a wrinkle or 2 in, and we may throw a wrinkle or 2 in, and see what happens.
Coach, how much of an impact do you think last week's losses had on, say, fueling the fire for your team this weekend?
Yeah, they were pretty down after last weekend, and I said, you got, and this is an old cliche, but you got to learn from it, and I felt that if we did that, we'd be okay here going into playoffs, and sometimes that can be a real good thing, actually, going into the playoffs. When things are rolling really smoothly and you're winning games and maybe not necessarily playing that great, and then you go into the playoffs and it gets really tough and you're faced with some adversity, then it's like tonight. I think that maybe that helped us a little bit, having 2 tough games last weekend, and tonight being able to find a way to battle back and get a victory. Maybe that wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the weekend we had the weekend before.
And how do you keep that momentum going into tomorrow, of course, game 2 from today?
Yeah, I think, they're excited about the win, but, it is a 3-game series, and, they're obviously a tough team, tough opponent that we're playing, and, be happy and excited about the win, but you also got to put that behind you and recognize that you've got to be ready to go again tomorrow at 2. So there's not a lot of time in between here, and you have to get yourself refocused and get yourself ready to play.
I mean, I think between the 2nd and 3rd, we were just so focused on getting out there for the next face-off that what was the message? Just to keep playing hard, and it was going to come. And I think we tried to just stick to our game, and we didn't really give up at all. And felt that in the dressing room in between periods. There was just a sense that it was just going to happen. And no one was doubting it, but it was very focused in between the 2nd and 3rd period, and there was not a lot going on in the dressing room.
The first goal sort of is a weight off your shoulders, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot.
Big time.
Just talk about that play.
Yeah, sure. I don't know how it really generated. Somewhere in our zone there, and then the puck popped up to me somewhere, and then Gags just drove the net far side and took that player with her. So she kind of gave me the side of the net, and I don't really know what I did with it. Something kind of funky, but it ended up squeezing in the back of her. So yeah, it was a good icebreaker for sure. And definitely the sticks we're gripping them a little bit too tight in the first and second. So to get that was nice for sure, because then the floodgates definitely opened.
You guys ever get tired out there playing every other shift?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, right now we got a short roster, but we're trying to just manage our shifts and keep the legs fresh as much as we can. It's pretty tough when you don't have a big roster, but if we stick to our game plan and, be smart about our changes, it's just a matter of, keeping it rolling and keeping it going. And that's what we've been focused on doing for the last few games.
You got adrenaline pumping too, right? Though, so I mean, especially in a game like that, as tired as you are, as long as the bench is up and excited and you're supporting each other, and you're not really as tired as you seem. So.
What did the effect? Last weekend? What was the effect on the team going into this weekend? I mean, obviously it wasn't the way you wanted to go into the playoff.
Yeah, last weekend was tough, but we learned a lot from it, and that's what really mattered. Coach always talks about, it's not failure if you stay or if you get up. It's if you're staying down, and we didn't. This whole last week practices was just every day there was that relentless mindset and that never give in mindset, and that's what we carried into this weekend and we took away from last weekend, because we knew we were playing, we knew what to expect. There wasn't a lot of adjustments that were needed. We just stuck to our game plan, but focused on finishing on our shots and just battling away to get anything in the net. And it worked for us tonight. We just stuck to our game plan, and it happened when we needed it to.
It's your fourth time seeing Princeton now. What do you think that you figured out about the team now, facing them for the fourth time? Or is it harder now that you faced them the fourth time?
I mean, as the season goes on, everyone gets, more and more excited, of course. And although you're adapting to other teams' plays and a little bit more about them, it's at the end of the day, it's whoever puts the puck in the net, and that's something that you can't really predict. So yes, we've seen them a few times now, and it's definitely been back and forth, but they've seen us too. And what we have to do is make sure that we're throwing curveballs at them, and we're continuing to be relentless and continuing to do our game and not let them stop that. So although we've seen them, it's definitely not something that we use as a roadblock, but more so just like a learning kind of experience, and just move on and just focus on us. You can't focus on the other team, or we're not going to get our job done.
And I think Princeton, we got to give them a lot of credit. They're definitely trying to stand for what the league represents. They're a hardworking team. They got a fabulous goaltender, and she stands on her head every time we play her. So it's just a matter of finding a way every time we play them, but respecting the fact that they can counter on our mistakes. And so we gotta always pull our socks up every time we play them. It's been a grind every single game we faced them this season. We know it's gonna be that tomorrow, because it's do or die for them, and there's no way we want to go to Sunday. So.
Jill, you picked up a couple awards yesterday with the top 10 for the Patty Kazmaier and the Ivy League Co-Player of the Year. Can you talk about what that means to you?
Yeah, obviously, I'm very honored and excited about that. But those are obviously great to have, and it's obviously nice, and I'm very flattered to be awarded that, because obviously there's plenty of girls in this league who could have received awards like that. But at the end of the day, nobody really knows who gets those awards. It's definitely the team who has the Frozen Four championship under their belts. So I'm very, very honored and humbled to receive those, but definitely not my focus going into the next weekend.
And then how much fun is it for you guys to have Brienne Jenner back at Lynah this weekend?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. Yeah, she's a huge part of our team, obviously on, but even more so off the ice. So we're pretty pumped to see her around, and just know she's kind of around. So it's definitely great.